Hello everyone! Welcome to the grand opening of the brand new Warner Brothers Studio Tour Tokyo, the making of Harry Potter. Wow, that's a mouthful to say. And so this is the largest indoor Harry Potter attraction in the world. And so even though there is the studio tour already in London, apparently there's some exclusive sets only for Tokyo.
I've got my wand and my pet out, so let's go to check this place out.
But before we go in, we want to mention how to get here because there are some stations that are also Harry Potter themed on the way here that you should check out. So we first want to show you what those are like, and then we'll go inside. So here we go. And so the first station is Ikebukuro Station, where they've redecorated part of the platforms to look like King's Cross Station. And the other is Toshimaen Station, where they've redecorated to look like Hogsmeade Station. And there's also a couple interesting things that you can interact with here, including a telephone booth. And so the telephone booth also has different messages, so make sure you hear it a couple times.
Hello, have a nice day. Ekimai Hiroba ni Patronus ga iru yo. Itte miyou.
If you get lucky, some of the trains that run from Ikebukuro Station to Toshimaen Station are also Harry Potter themed. Unfortunately, the inside is just a normal train, but there are some posters here that are advertising the studio tour. In order to ride this train, if you download the Seibu Line app, you can also track where the Harry Potter themed train is by looking for the golden snitch. Time to head out of the station. As we're leaving, we already hear all the Harry Potter music in the background as well.
Look at the bathroom, they have some little witch and wizard icons there.
Okay, so we're out of the station. The first thing we actually see is there's a couple of Patronuses over here. There's a bunch of stuff going on, including sigils for each of the houses, as well as a sign that points us to the direction of the tour. And supposedly the tour location is only a couple minutes walk, so we'll be heading over there right now. Literally just about a 400-meter walk or so from the station, we have arrived at the gates of the studio tour. So let's see if we can get in. And we're through the gates, even though we're a little bit early.
1 hour and a half earlier.
Time to check out the garden, see what's around here. There's a bunch of statues. Let's first check those out while it's still bright, and then we'll go inside.
This is Harry Potter's glasses. There's a couple Patronus here. Do you remember which animal belongs to which character? Expecto Patronum.
Even though our tickets for an hour later, they let us in about an hour early, so lucky us.
When we enter here, actually it's not as crowded as we expected. Let's go check it out. We just enter, and then there's in the lobby right now. There's a shop in the right-hand side and a food court on the left-hand side. But actually, we are not officially started our tour yet. The entrance is there. I really like the art on the background. It keeps changing, and everything is so classic. I like it so much. So this is the first food hall, which is near the entry. And they have all the house banner here, all the flags here. It's so real already. Let's go check out some of the food. There's a chocolate frog box. The cupcake has like little flag of each house there.
So this is the birthday cake for Harry that Hagrid misspelled.
Happy EE birthday.
And it's a Niffler chocolate mousse with the Philosopher's Stone tiramisu. Interesting. This clock is super interesting. Instead of the time, it shows what meal you're supposed to be having. So this is the menu for the food hall. Except for the platform 9 3/4 set, nothing else seems very Harry Potter themed, and it's maybe a little bit more generic English or British food.
Speaking of Harry Potter, the food we must order is British breakfast. The unique thing here is that on their tails, they have the 9 3/4 platforms logo on it. Not bad. This is a pretty big volume British breakfast.
Even though they allowed us to come inside the building a little bit earlier, we can't actually start the tour until exactly our time. So it's finally time to start our tour, so let's go.
When we enter here, we can see a lot of giant behind the scenes poster behind each of the classic scene.
And so this is not just the Harry Potter movies, but it also includes the Fantastic Beasts movies as well.
In this room, they have so many movie posters here. Which one is your favorite?
3, 2, 1、オグワーツへようこそ。
the Great Hall right now. The moment I opened the door, it was super touched. It was like almost cry because it's my first time to see the Great Hall here. It's just like so emotional.
In the Great Hall, you can actually see all four houses represented here. You have the Ravenclaw section over there, you have the Slytherin over here, Gryffindor, and Hufflepuff. And all the statues also represent the four houses. And up front over here, we have some props, so let's go check those out.
We can see Hagrid here. I'm not sure if this is real size. I guess it is. It's so giant. So this is the House Point Hourglass. You can see Gryffindor's winning.
Hello, Professor Dumbledore.
We did the house starting quiz before he came here, and I am the Hufflepuff, and Brian is Ravenclaw. After the Great Hall, we have this behind the scene, setting, creative, and a lot of props. The staircase is moving.
So this is an interactive area where you can get yourself filmed behind a green screen, and then you can appear in one of the picture frames while you're moving.
We're here in the NASA, so we're here, first of all, in the Gryffindor common room.
When I was reading the books, I always felt like the common rooms are such a cozy place, and actually seeing this here, it does make me feel nice and cozy, and I really wish I had an opportunity when I was in school to have basically lived in a place like this.
The next one is the Slytherin common room. You can see the whole color set is not as cozy as the Gryffindor one. It's like green and dark and cold.
And as it turns out, the screams we heard earlier came from the Quidditch experience, where you and a group of people can act out part of a Quidditch match, and you'll be able to see the final result in a video afterward. In this room, there are so many props, and we have no idea which films all these props are from, but you can see how much effort was put into making these movies just by the fact that there's, again, all these props for all these different rooms, all these different sets.
The Goblet of Fire will start. Boom. This is Dumbledore's office.
As you can see in Dumbledore's office, there's the famous Phoenix, Fawkes. And what's cool is they've made an animatronics out of this, and so it can actually move, and that's what they use actually for part of the films. And over here you have all the previous headmasters and their portraits, and they're currently all sleeping. And they're sleeping over here as well.
And the Gryffindor sword. Here's all the costume in Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts. Among all the costumes, this is my favorite. It's from the Hermione. She wore this dress in the U-Boat.
So the next area we're about to go into is a bunch of the sets for the classrooms. And so the first one is the potion classroom. So let's go check those out.
It's moving by itself.
There's so many different potions and ingredients. It actually feels like a real classroom or a lab.
This is a mirror supposed to see something you desire.
What do you desire?
What do you think I see in the mirror?
And here we have the first headmaster of Hogwarts. These are the decrees from the Order of the Phoenix when Umbridge came and made all these rules that the students had to follow.
We're about to enter the Forbidden Forest. It looks so dark and so cold. It's a little bit scary. Come on.
The funny thing about the Forbidden Forest is it smells like rubber here, and a little bit like our high school playgrounds. There's an interactive display over here where you can practice calling your Patronuses against the Dementors. Just wave your wand, and hopefully one of your Patronuses comes out.
I can hear the spider sound. You can see the spider web. I can see their legs. Oh my God.
And it's moving too.
It's moving. It's so huge. So scary. I don't like spider that much. Hurry, let's get out of this place. Run away. We ran away from the scary forbidden forest. So we literally just run away. It's so scary. Now it's the sunshine again, and then let's see the Hagrid's hut. We're in Hagrid's hut. I think it's in the same ratio in the movie. And Hagrid's so huge, it's giant. And let's look at this little dog. Hi, Fan. This is Hagrid's little bug. It's just so cute, adorable.
We've just got to the Backlot Cafe area, and so supposedly this is about halfway through the tour. We've spent about 2 hours, maybe a little bit more than 2 hours so far. Really excited to see what else we still have to explore. But here in the Backlot area, there's actually several other attractions. You have this life-size chessboard over here. You have the Hogwarts Bridge. You also have the Dudley House over there, and a night bus, which we'll go check out in a little bit. This is a pretty cool little walk through the bridge area. Apparently this also wasn't in the book, and they only created it for the films. If you're also tired, there's a cafe here where you can get some food. So let's see what they have on the menu. Compared to the food hall in the main area, there's actually some Hogwarts meal sets based off of each house. And these definitely look a little bit more interesting. There's also some Harry Potter themed desserts. So you have a Hedwig cake as well as an Aragog's Lair chocolate cake. I don't know, given it's spider themed, it doesn't look that appealing to me, but the Hedwig cake looks a little bit better. While you're here though in the restaurant, you have to try out the butterbeer. So we're gonna go wait in line for that and see what it's like.
It's quite sweet and very creamy and tastes like butterscotch. I like the flavor. And it's also non-alcoholic. You can also clean the glass in the sink there, and then mochikari means that you can take this home.
Now, time to go check out Harry's house at 4 Privet Drive.
It's Harry's bedroom. So pretty.
And that's a quick tour of Harry's house. Where do we go?
This way.
This way. Time to go check out the second half of the tour.
All destination, nothing underwater. Second half of our tour. There's a spot here for taking the photo for the platform 9 3/4, but actually we can see that in many places, so we are not going to tell you today. We are going to next go inside the train.
This is the actual train that they use in the movie, and apparently they also brought this train all the way from London for this studio tour, so that's super, super cool. Here you have Ron and Harry from the first movie. It's kind of cool, you got the background moving as well, so it actually feels like the train is moving. And all the candy that they bought. And there it is, Ron and Harry driving the flying car. And now you have the fourth movie, The Goblet of Fire, where the 3 main characters are in a car to themselves.
Hello, Luna.
And now we've gone back to the third movie. You see like the window's kind of frozen as well.
Dementor's coming. Oh my God. I kind of understand why Harry passed out. Dementor. Oh my God. I'm not scared of you. Go away, go away.
We also have a mini store right here. I guess it's supposed to be more themed around the railway, but there's a big gift store at the very end of the tour, so we're gonna skip this, keep moving along, and then go check out the main store later. What I love about this place so far is in between the popular sets, you have all these behind the scenes making the movies areas. And so for this one, it's all about the construction and how they build the different sets. But earlier we saw different ones for like props or costumes. The next big set we have here is the Ministry of Magic, and so this set is exclusive to Tokyo. And when you first arrive, there's an interactable area where you can take your photos at a Flu network. And afterward, you can explore the offices as well as this Magic is Might sculpture that's meant to portray how Voldemort thinks of the Muggles, where they're crushed under the rule of the wizarding power.
Fantastic beasts and how to create them.
This next section is all about how they brought all the creatures in the Harry Potter world alive. In some places they use puppets, other places they use animatronics, and other places they use prosthetics and had the actors control things. I am Groot.
Hello, Dobby.
Oh, they're all coming out. They're everywhere.
Hello. We're waiting in line to take a wanted poster and also a riding on a broom video.
After filming in front of the green screen while riding on the broomstick, here's part of what the final result looks like. It may be a bit silly, but it's actually quite fun, and also no need to worry about not knowing what to do, as the staff will instruct you for every single motion. And welcome to Diagon Alleys. You got Gringotts over here. You got Ollivander's Wands, the stores that sell the owls. It's not the first time experiencing it because in Universal Studios, they have a street that's already modeled after Diagon Alley. One difference here is this is indoors and they can change and control the lighting here. The other difference about this Diagon Alley is you can't go inside any of the stores, unlike at Universal Studios. Dee Dee's gonna unlock the special door. And nothing happened. I guess you're a muggle.
The Flat Family tree, some of them, for example, Sirius, his face is gone.
At the very end of the tour, they have a full replica of the Hogwarts castle. Even though it's smaller in size, it's still fairly large and very impressive to look at. And this makes me wish that one day they'll create a full-scale replica of the castle so we can all explore the insides of the castle. Looking at the architecture, looking at all the details, you can really appreciate how much effort was put into designing this castle for the movies. First up, you have the wand shop. Here you can touch the wands and it'll show you who the wand belongs to as well as what materials are in the wands. There's this Harry's wand, Phoenix Feather Core. Next, we have the bookshop. I really love how the books are flying and flapping in the air. And they have the actual books in Japanese here on sale. What's really interesting to me is the cover of the books are different in different countries, and so these are not what I'm used to seeing. So the next section of the store, we have a giant Nagini over here. And on the other side, we have a giant fox flying in the air. Oh my God, $500 Harry Potter chess set. Sorry, I don't have the money for that. Okay, the next section, we have what looks like House Quidditch gear. If you want, you can also personalize your jerseys. And a bunch of plushies over here. Okay, this gift shop is absolutely massive.
This animal is from Fantastic Beasts. It's from China, just like a giant kitty. It's our house, Hufflepuff. They have all the sweets here, which is like a paradise for me.
Okay, so we just finished the studio tour and it took us 4 hours, maybe a little bit more than 4 hours to complete the whole thing. And so it is actually very large. And so we recommend getting tickets early in the day so you can take your time. Even though we spent 4 hours, I think we could have probably taken a little bit longer if they weren't closing. Secondly, although the attraction is very large, the entire tour is actually one single path that winds throughout the entire place. And so you're basically guaranteed to see all the different sets and all the different attractions here. So don't need to worry about getting lost. And lastly, this place is actually focused more on the movie and filmmaking side of things. And so it was actually great and very interesting for us to learn about all the different things that goes on behind the scenes, including all the props that are required, all the costumes they need to make, all the creatures and how they create the creatures and make them alive. So it's very, very detailed, very eye-opening to learn all the behind the scenes to the movie making process. So actually remind us a lot of the Ghibli park where it's more focused on the movie making side of things and less of a theme park like Universal Studios Japan. So ultimately, if you're a Harry Potter fan or if you're a fan of the movies, we highly, highly recommend coming here. You definitely have to visit. Thank you guys again for watching and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.